Welcome to the Lenard Team. I'm John David Lenard.
And I'm Danielle Lenard. Joining us today is John Robertson from the Sexy Salad.
First, some Long Island good news. The city is officially in phase 2, meaning many Long Islanders will begin returning to work and travel. Outdoor dining, commercial building management, business offices, and retail, as well as rental and repair, cleaning, all of that is open. Let us know in the comments if you plan to head into the city and what you're most excited to do.
Yeah, I'm super curious to have people respond to that and see what people think. I know our friend Josh Rubin is super excited to get back to work selling real estate in Manhattan.
Yes.
Welcome to Crazy Town. Nikki Gargiulo, a member of our community, is looking for photos and videos of Smithtown students to create a surprise for the graduating classes. She says this is in conjunction with the school districts, and the final product will go on GTV, YouTube, social media, and potentially graduation ceremonies. We'll link her post in the show notes.
GTV is great. It's an effort by the town to showcase more of the local businesses. I love it.
Super awesome.
Locally,
I love this story.
A community celebrated. This community, right?
Yeah.
So celebrated their UPS driver. Greg has been on the same route for 7 years, always going above and beyond. Neighbors got together to celebrate all that he's done for them. And I'd love to share a quick clip. It's gone viral. So let's tune in. Amazing.
I know. I love how surprised he was, and they all just came out.
So, yeah, this is great. So, Danielle, you know the community. Mm-hmm. It's Forestwood. I want to give a shout out to everybody over in the Forestwood community. That is where Danielle and I grew up, and it's where our parents continue to live today. You guys, awesome. Well, if you have any good news stories from around the island, please go ahead and share them in the comments below. Reach out to us directly. We'd love to feature what's going on in the community that is uplifting and helping to highlight why Smithtown, Hauppauge, and the communities at large all over Long Island. Long Island is just a great place to live.
Mm-hmm. So that brings us to our guest. John Robertson is president and CEO of the Sexy Salad, a Long Island catering company that under his leadership grew from a cool lunch spot into a full-scale catering choice for corporate and residential customers across the island.
Welcome to the show, John.
Happy to be here. Good afternoon.
First of all, I would just like to thank you as a Hauppauge mom and member of the Hauppauge chapter of the Smithtown Children's Foundation, because you were very kind and generous, and you were one of the many. You were one of the special people who donated a coupon for the seniors. And I can tell you from personal experience, the thing they were most excited in there was for the food coupons. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of seniors.
I saw there was a lot of participation. It got me really excited. I think Duck Donuts may have beat me on the salads, though. Sometimes they take first dibs amongst the students. But
well, it's hard to argue bacon on donuts. I mean,
it really is. It truly is.
Genius.
There's a time where
bacon. At least on a salad, you feel like it's healthy.
Bacon donut, a chocolate bacon donut on a salad. Veronica, I got to get Veronica.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So at any rate, we're happy to have you. If anybody has any comments, questions for John, we're going to get into some really amazing things that he's been working on. So at any rate, catering is at the center of your business. And to you, it's an art form. Why do you think catering is so valuable to your clients, and what makes your business unique as a catering option?
That's a great question, one I wasn't really expecting, but I'm prepared to answer. It's a great tool to grow your business in any number of ways. So we use catering as a tool for culture. We've expanded into ice cream parties. We do breakfast Fridays on a regular basis for a lot of clients. During this pandemic, we had a lot of support from companies that had their essential employees come in. It was a way for them to say thank you. And you do need those tools these days because it's very, very competitive for great talent. Mediocre talent is out there every day. But I don't think anybody sets their mind on having a mediocre company. I think they always want to have the best company they can, and you would obviously need the best employees. So I've always felt that the corporate catering, again, used as a tool, now I mentioned for employees, but also gifts. I came from Manorville earlier today. Somebody was sending it out to one of their clients out there. We had another one locally here in Hauppauge. So a lot of people will pick up the phone and order from our catering department just to say thank you to my vendor for getting me through this pandemic. When I couldn't get steel piping, you got me steel piping, and it works. Wow. So you do need those extra tools. There's a lot of competition out there. Everybody wants a bite of your business. And if you don't let your customers know that you appreciate that relationship, someone's going to be going after your business. So I think it's a great tool. To say thank you to your employees, to say thank you to your vendors, and of course to say thank you to your customers. It's something that should be in every business owner's arsenal for when it's needed.
That's super awesome and super true. One of the things that I find so fascinating that occurred for you is you are a member of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, and you recently participated in a virtual Capitol Hill Week. Can you start telling us a little bit more about the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses?
Yeah, it's something I'm extremely excited about. It saved my business, and it saved many businesses. So Goldman Sachs Foundation came up with $500 million, and they formed a board of directors second to none. Our chairman of the board is none other than Warren Buffett. Wow. We got to hear from personally at a summit. We had the largest gathering on Capitol Hill of small businesses with some 7,500 businesses last year went to Capitol Hill, and we met with our local representatives. So that was really neat. It gave us an introduction to meeting with our leaders, our elected officials who represent us, which also set us up for success for just last week when we did a virtual Capitol Hill storming of the largest virtual Capitol Hill meeting agenda ever recorded. And there were, so at this point, the Goldman Sachs, let me regress, I apologize. It was designed to help businesses like mine, very small businesses struggling that might have a good concept, but are missing that one thing. And maybe we're not even sure what that one thing is at this time. So Goldman Sachs came up with $500 million and said, we're going to educate 10,000 small businesses across the US by utilizing the community colleges. Small businesses are the backbone of the community, we've always heard. And that was their decision to use only community colleges. So I studied at LaGuardia Community College in Long Island City. And when you graduate with a much better defined purpose for yourself and for your business and for your employees, your community. You graduate actually with a growth plan, a growth opportunity. So we were introduced to Live Plan during the program, and on Live Plan, we put in all of our data that's pertinent to our growth. It's where are we now? Where do we want to be? An oral explanation of what we want, and then true grit numbers, what does it come down to? Marketing plan, the whole 9 yards. But you graduate with a very clear focus on my growth opportunity is this, and then fill in the blank. For me, I was down doing my research, and I had been in the business for my whole life. I started when I was 15 years old. But they said, go out and learn more about your business. And so I'm on the resource center, the Miller Business Resource Center. I'm on that computer and doing the homework and kind of not really truly interested in what I'm reading because it's talking about how the biggest challenge out there is attracting and retaining help. And I'm not really so interested because I don't really have that issue. So I'm kind of, going through the whole thing and I wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm onto something here. That's the number one threat. And I don't have that.
Spoke, John, some of your people have been with you. Most of your people have been with you for a significant period of time.
Yeah.
And that's when the light bulb went off that day. And that was my growth opportunity right there. I figured, you know what? My staff never pays for any meals ever. They come in and they eat, whatever they like, breakfast, lunch, and we take really good care of them. It's the culture. I don't go out. Every company should buy lunch every single day, but work it into your appreciation program. Absolutely. So that was the day.
Really, really love it. So you're talking about having an excellent business. As you said in the beginning, everybody wants to grow a business and have it be great, not just mediocre. But then you need excellent people, but then you need to take care of those people, make them feel like they're part of a culture.
Sure.
I have a question to follow up with. What was the process to being accepted into this Goldman Sachs 10,000 thing? Because this is really interesting to me. And if you can answer that, and then I'd love to know, what was the one thing you said they were looking for businesses that maybe were lacking that one thing. What was your personal one thing?
So it was really knowledge, direction. I didn't know where I was going to go at that point in my career. This was about 3 years ago, and I was struggling. It was taking me back to those days. It was tough. So when you interview, you share your challenges. And you kind of express why I need this program so badly. And boy, I guess I convinced them because I needed it. I didn't think I was to the program, and I was devastated. I apologize, because this really changed my life. This Goldman Sachs program, it really did change my life. I got a phone call on my way to work, and I was kind of wondering how I was going to make payroll that week. It was tough. It's been really, the industry has always been a challenge, but it seemed like it was just getting tougher and tougher. And so it was in December that I got that phone call, and we were supposed to be notified at least 3 months in advance so we can make plans at our businesses, because you really have to leave your business behind for the period of time and make sure that's kind of running while you're getting yourself educated. So the phone call came in, and it really saved my business. And I think it had something to do with, it's a whole bunch of different criteria. They want to make sure they're going to invest a lot of money. I don't know for sure. I think I had heard somewhere $63,000 per student, which I don't pay for. This is a grant. This is completely funded by Goldman Sachs.
That's amazing.
Really, really important. And so when I interviewed with them, I kind of explained my business, what I'm looking to do. There's certain criteria. You need at least 4 employees. You need to be in business for at least 2 years. And then I think there was a income requirement as well. I don't really remember. And I don't think it was that difficult. I think it was $250,000 in sales or something like that to get into the program.
Can you point to anything tangible that when you look back, you see really started to turn the ship around and really started to help you move forward?
Yeah, it was the excitement of getting into the program alone. So I was excited to grow my business, and I really got that burst of energy before even class number 1 because I knew I had that opportunity. You always need to have that vision. That's something to look forward to.
And then it's like freeing you up, like the stress, like then you have that like weight off your shoulders to know that someone's got your back.
Yeah, so your audience is comprised of a nice mix, but you have a lot of business owners. So I think a lot of people can understand the pressures that we're under every single day. To keep our employees happy, to keep our customers happy, to keep you don't want to be late on your bills, you want to be a responsible businessman. So it's a lot of weight on our shoulders. Goldman Sachs takes you through I apologize. The program starts with first identifying who you are, what you want to be, maybe possibly a vision, but then through different aspects. So knowing your numbers. There's a legal clinic where the lawyers come in and talk to you all about maybe HR policies and things you need to look out for and different advice. There is a full accounting section, which is just a wonderful and really understanding your numbers. I could actually read my P&L when I was done with the program, which I was never able to, a little confused. It looks like we got a business score, but we're not making money. Like, what's going on here? And you come out with a much better understanding. The program was put together by a cooperation of Babson College, as well as the Wharton School of Business. So the program was just absolutely incredible how they took you through from soup to nuts, and you graduate with a lot of confidence. But
I was going to say, it almost sounds like a crash course for an MBA.
It is a mini MBA. It's coined as, crash course. And then you've got, of course, an alumni that's going to support you. But when my business take a turn, sure, right from the very beginning, I started getting the word out. In fact, I was just so excited about the program from various graduates that I kind of shared that word right away. And I think just my enthusiasm was enough to let my customers know, wow, this guy's really serious. And I think I just started to see some, and certainly my staff got very excited about me going through this program. They knew what was in it for them as well. You know, we're a team over there. So when the CEO goes for a program, everybody's going for that program, you know?
Right. Totally. Right. And you've clearly done a great job of getting everybody on board around you. So, you know, on that Capitol Hill call, was there anything in particular that really stood out that you could share with everybody today?
And surprised me a little bit as well, stood out. So certainly the CARES Act, I was really surprised at how much positivity there was, where I didn't think it was really written so well. It was written very fast, I come to realize now, and certainly our lawmakers did what they could do to keep the economy going, to keep money in the bank of the small business owners. They did what they could do, and I kind of let them off the hook a little bit when I understood their story, when they shared their story with me. But the one thing that really came up more than anything else was the concern over what we're going to do about childcare. So laws are going to be constantly written and updated on the CARES Act. So I think we can kind of look forward to that. If that's the challenge right now, Capitol Hill, whether it be local representatives or U.S. senators, listen to our stories and our needs. So when they're starting to rewrite these bills, they're rewriting them with small business in mind. And I think there's going to be a big focus on childcare. My second grader, my third grader, I can't leave them at home. So what do? Not go back to work. And that's going to be a little challenge getting us going. From what we can see between my time on Capitol Hill, talking to fellow business owners across Long Island and across the country, as well as just what I'm seeing in the office park. So where I do business, it's known as the Long Island Innovation Park at Hauppauge, rebranded from the Hauppauge Industrial Park. So what we're seeing is, you know, we've got 3,000 businesses that do business there, some 55,000 people that work in that office park.
It's the second largest industrial park, right?
It's
second only to Silicon Valley.
Sure. And that's something we're real proud of, but equally shocked that there's not more people working there right now. And I think one of the biggest issues is the childcare. Well, look, we still want to be cautious. We're still early in the recovery game. So we want to proceed with caution. I think we're all taking our time and we're rewriting our business plans at this time. We're not rushing back into it. Let's get back to work. No. Let's take a pause. Let's step back a second. I think I have through July, I have August. I think I have a little bit of September before people are really coming back. What does my business look like today? What will my business look like in the future? And I think people are taking advantage of that opportunity.
Even here with our business and our team, it forced you to take a step back and reimagine and actually maybe slaughter some sacred cows, if you will, you know, really like, look, was this really working for us? Or is this a story that we were holding on to? We have to make some very difficult choices now. And what we're seeing is we're really surprised with the outcome, that we're coming out actually stronger after coming into phase two than even though we were doing really well before. We were able to rethink that. And so I see in what you're saying about looking back into your business plan. So you're looking at it yourself and you're saying across the industrial park, the businesses there are also doing that?
It's so it's a little slow. They are looking at it, and I will tell you that for the Lenard team, what I'm seeing is great things coming down the pike. And I say that because word is that if you were working in Manhattan, you are now looking to work on Long Island, live on Long Island. If you're working Manhattan, you're now working remotely. You haven't been on the Long Island Railroad in 3 months. So now I'd like a nice home in the Hauppauge Smithtown area. It doesn't matter, and it's a nice community. So that I think we're going to start to see a lot of. I think we're going to see a slow change over in the Innovation Park. And I tell you, not better timing for that name change. It is an innovation park. We're before the town board right now. You might be familiar with the request to put in a 1,000 unit residential complex inside the Innovation Park. And that's really to attract the young workforce. So they're going to be nice apartments, not extremely inexpensive, and certainly not Section 8 housing by any means, but inexpensive 1-bedroom apartments, maybe 2 bedrooms for sharing. I'm not really sure of all the logistics, but in order to attract that younger crowd that we need in that innovation park to grow.
You know, that younger crowd might have gone to Brooklyn and Queens and worked in the city,
or left the island entirely,
or left the island,
area.
yes, or left the area. Now, yeah. because I want to follow up with that as a question. Is the square footage that's available in the industrial park, in the innovation park, if you will, could be as necessary going forward for businesses?
Yeah, so I think that's why the timing is great for this conversation to start about residential or mixed use, because no, we're not going to need that kind of office space in the innovation park. What we may need is production facility. Pharmaceutical is going incredibly strong and will continue to grow. It's been one of the biggest growths in the park, and will continue. We've got one company I know firsthand because we did 1,175 lunches for one pharmaceutical company in the park during this pandemic. So we know the opportunity. There's 1,200 people that are working in that field, and they stayed. You know, they worked right through this, and that was just one of the many that we did throughout. So far, and specifically pharmaceutical. So that's always going to be there. But then where are the employees going to be? And I think it's in that brand new apartment complex they're going to put up right across the street.
Yes, which is going to expand the tax base, and as the people grow within those businesses in the innovation park, eventually they'll want to move out to the surrounding areas and have homes in Hauppauge, Comac, Smithtown, Kings Park, Wisconsin. It's going to help us all. So
it's going to be incredible. So we have
bring the median age down, as Danielle said.
Yes, it will. It will. And so you do have to have that vision, I think, and you have to have that plan. You have to plan your business for those next few years. I know I am. So my recent thoughts with my business, you know, it's changed so drastically. We've grown nicely over 17 years. We got there in 2003 with I bought an underperforming bagel store. I did 13 lunches my very first day. Today, we now have 4 units. I went into what was next door to me was a florist. On the other side of me was a video store. And then one more unit next to that was a liquor store. We now occupy the 4. And that was great pre-pandemic. I don't need my diamonds anymore. I don't need that much space. So I'm looking to expand my business. All of our businesses have changed. The Sexy Salad, the way we've changed is we've cleaned up our menu. So it's not as many choices. We have customers coming in and they're looking up at that menu. And it's like, we got to go, you know? So instead of 42 choices of sandwiches, 9 breads, you know, we got to get them out. We're encouraging them to order online and pick it up. And that's going really strongly. We've been doing that for a number of years now. So we've had a head start. But now it seems like probably about 70% of our customers are ordering ahead of time online before they get to the Sexy Salad.
And then, I mean, your landlord may not want to hear this, but just out of curiosity, do you then at some point really need that storefront, or could you be back in the industrial park using space and just sending them out almost like an Uber service?
Yeah. So pre-pandemic, we heard a lot about, we heard more and more about third-party delivery programs over the last year or so, really strongly, from Postmates to Uber, DoorDash, and so on. Personally, we don't use them. We just think we do a better job. We have employees at the store while waiting for a driver to come by. We also have controlled environment. We have the right coolers. We have the right sanitation. They're trained. We're a little nervous about my, fresh salad sitting next to the jumper cables or the Prestone,
No, and you're right. You're right. And as you said, you're committed to excellence. But as far as like footprint goes, right?
So what's going to happen?
I'm not mistaken, those storefronts that are consumer facing are probably more per square foot than maybe back in the industrial park. That's right. That's right. So, John David, what happened was over the last year or so, we saw more acceleration than ever before on what's known as several names: dark kitchens, ghost kitchens.
And companies and investments have been incredible. The numbers, if you just do a little bit of research on it, it is staggering, but the competition is fierce. So the ghost kitchen, the advantages are many. So we have the advantage of far less labor force because I don't need 20 people to handle the same amount of business because it's all online and then delivery. I don't have delivery people. And then I also don't have a customer standing right in front of me. I've got 40 minutes to get that product delivered so I can make that salad in line. You know, I've got 3 salads, 4 salads, 5 orders, you know, backed up. But if I've got 6 customers in the store at lunchtime, there's just not enough time to get that salad out. So the advantage is there. Here's the biggest disadvantage that I see. And the reason that I'm not pursuing it. This is a great business model for a lot of people. Smaller footprint. I have 5,000 square feet. I am now looking for, in my future, additional locations that are no more than 800 square feet, my perfect world. If I can get an 800 square foot facility compared to my 5,000 square foot facility, it works for the way the business is going to be going in the future. The challenge is with ghost kitchens, which are even smaller than that, and strictly third-party delivery services, is that, and again, it's the advantage is also the disadvantage. The advantage of that is I only need 3 employees now. Because I'm delivering, all we're doing is making salads. It's nice and easy. Okay, but 3 employees, you have 1 call out, you got 30% of your workforce not there today. 3 employees, what kind of culture do you have? We've got 15, 16 employees at the Sexy Salad, and we're able to develop relationships over time, and we know each other very, very well. We got each other's back, and we can rely on each other, and we really, truly are a team. So you need people, you need human resources. We've got high tech is huge, okay? Online orders, I've never done so well with online orders as I am right now. But the high touch is equally important, in my opinion, for small business. And it might not be necessary for a very large corporation, but the local restaurant owner, they want to know who the owner is, you know, and they want a little bit more community, and they want a family. And so my staff, Donna, has been with me for 9 years. Dina has been with me 17 years. Luis was my dishwasher. He's my chef. 16 years he's been with me, you know, and that's what they want. They want that consistency. You don't get that in the chains.
You know what?
Enough people to build that.
John, you know, when I asked you earlier in this discussion about, you know, how were you able to get chosen for this Goldman Sachs 10,000 businesses? I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it come through.
Oh, they made me. No, they made this. I was not. I am a different CEO, and I'm a different CEO post-COVID too. I'm telling all. Okay. We're laughing about it. I say, you should have fired that old CEO a long time ago. It's yeah, I manage so differently.
John, one of the things that why I was so interested also, having had the opportunity to speak to you because of your donation to seniors, was that you're so passionate, you're constantly looking to learn, and you're helpful and you're willing to share. So I can't thank you enough for being on today, really. And I hope that everybody watching really, you know, gets a lot out of this. We talked business plans, we talked innovation, we talked, you know, culture. You know, we hit on a lot of great topics. So for any of the local business people, please, it's probably one to watch more than once, because I know I'm going to go back and rewatch it myself.
And comment below, John. You'll be on here. You'll be notified if somebody, if the local business even just wants to ask a follow-up question. We'll be here. You'll be here. It's a great conversation. I wish we could keep it going because it's been so fascinating for me as an entrepreneur. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me. I truly enjoyed it, and I look forward to great things as we know they're going to be. Long Island is here to stay, and incredible place we have. It's very unique, but I'm real proud of it, and I'm really looking forward to that future. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. So thank you all for joining us on Lenard Team Connections today. We're inspired by everything you do and keep doing, and we'd love to hear how this continues for you. But in the meanwhile, everybody be well, stay healthy, and thanks for joining.
Enjoy that wonderful weather outside. Oh my gosh.
Now we need to go get a salad. That's a salad.
A great finish anytime.